What's up everyone? Long time no see. I haven't put up any content recently, so I figured now was probably an appropriate time for another update video. I've just been trying to take time away from YouTube and social media to focus on being involved with the building of our house and getting some stuff in order for the shop so we can dive into the Crew Cab S10 build, so I can finish up the Jimmy series and work on starting some other stuff. So there's just been a lot going on, and a lot of people have asked for more house videos, and I apologize I haven't been able to really do a lot of that aside from giving some updates on social media. But today is going to be really exciting. I'm waiting on a crane so we can start setting the main trusses on the center section of the house, so we're going to get to see all of that happen and the final shape of the house come together. And once all that is said and done, I'll give you guys a full tour of the inside, and you can see what it's all about. Thanks a lot for watching, and I think the crane's almost here. This thing has come a really long way since the last update video, where it was basically just a hole in the ground. I've been trying to get involved with the process as much as possible because it really is fascinating to see how a house comes together, and because it is our house, I can't even describe the feeling of what it's like to see the final shape come together. Man, it's just awesome. That was a lot of fun to watch. The crane operators were here for a couple hours or so, and the guys just knocked it out of the park. The house is looking amazing. What an exciting day. They still gotta add the peaks across the middle trusses and install some stuff towards the back, but wow. This is a goal my wife and I have been working towards for probably 3 years or so. We've always wanted to buy a big open piece of property and at some point start building our dream house, and I'm very excited to say that dream is slowly starting to become reality. But as far as the house is concerned, we've actually been in the process of collecting materials for the last 2 to 3 years. The most important thing to me in life is security, and we wanted to try to build this house, however long it takes, in a way to where we wouldn't have to take out a mortgage on it. That's where patience and hunting for deals really comes into play. Taking our time and doing the research, finding salvage and surplus materials, finding places that are going out of business. Shoot, Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, like we searched everywhere, and obviously there's a lot of new materials that we had to buy, but there was a ton of money we were able to save by going the route that we went, and we were able to build the house bigger on the budget we were trying to work with than we could have otherwise if we just went with all new stuff. When you start embarking on a task like this, you really start reassessing your life, so to speak, as far as, what is actually important, what are the things you do and don't need, and how you can reinvest everything that you make into yourself and into your future instead of buying things and buying depreciating assets. So there was, of course, a lot of things that we needed to sell. Of course, the previous house needed to go. That was sold last year, but I sold the Viper that I used to have a couple years back to kind of kickstart everything with the property and my shop and where I'm filming a lot of the project videos now. But my wife also sold her Challenger last year. Anything that tied up a lot of money that we didn't need, we tried to let go because this is way more important. OSB is starting to go up back here. We ended up letting the materials that we bought dictate how we would build the house. So early on, when we first started collecting wood and spare walls and stuff, we had enough to do the side sections that you see from the front of the house, but we ended up coming into these big trusses across the middle that would allow us to do a 40 by 60 foot space. So that's how the house grew to what it is now. It's a total of about 4,200 square foot, all on one level, and we have a crawl space underneath. So it's a lot bigger than what we were originally expecting, but we came into such good deals, we were able to build it bigger than what we could have otherwise. The middle trusses worked out fantastic. Since they were technically for another house project that ended up being abandoned, we had to adapt them a little bit to be able to make them work for our case, but it was nothing super complicated, just a matter of filling in a couple trade ceilings that we weren't going to use, fixing some boards here and there, but it looks great. This is also the first time I actually see what the house is going to look like. We don't have some big construction firm doing the plans and the design and the build for us. We're trying to do as much of this ourselves and with the help of family and friends. My wife's stepdad has actually been in construction his entire life, so he's acting as our contractor. He hand drew all of the plans for this house, and I swear I don't know what we would do without that man. He is extraordinarily talented, but this thing is coming together really, really nice. How goes it, Chef?
Going pretty good. Got a lot of people out here to feed today.
What's on the menu?
Little chicken, tell me what you think here. Little chicken, little sausage.
Ooh. Oh, that is awesome.
We're gonna have us a good meal today.
Good gracious. Is it almost lunchtime?
Almost time.
front porch is going to be 40 feet long and 6 feet deep. We've got these really cool, like, old school columns that are gonna go all the way across that we found for a screaming deal. So it's gonna be a big, beautiful porch. That was really important for me with building this house because I've always wanted a big porch, and it's just gonna be nice to be able to sit on the porch in the afternoon with a nice cup of coffee and gaze out across the field. All the OSB is on the roof back here. Now they're starting to roll out the roofing paper. They're working on doing the overhangs right now. They still got to finish up this side, but it's going to be so sweet when it's finished. So yesterday was a pretty action-packed day. Today was too. I didn't do any filming in the background because it was all hands on deck and I was running all over the place getting supplies and whatnot. So, as you can see behind me, they got the dormer on top of the front porch and it just absolutely makes the whole front end of the house. It turned out fantastic. So, let me go ahead and show you that real quick and then we'll head inside and take a tour. I just love how that turns out. It makes such a statement from the street. It's not big enough to encompass a room, but there is an access point up in the roof, so you can put Christmas lights and whatnot in there. Some of the brickwork's been started around the porch, so you can kind of get an idea of the color that we went with. Still not 100% sure on the materials for the house as a whole. We're still trying to figure that out, but as far as the porch, it's going to be concrete. So we got these big metal trays they're going to go across, and sometime next week they're going to pour that. And then once everything's cured, we should have our big columns going in. It's going to look really nice. Now let's head on inside. Alright, I'm standing in the entryway, so when you first come into the house, this is the view that you're going to see. I'll try my best to give you guys as best of a look as I can. The camera definitely doesn't do it justice since you're not able to actually look around, but this space off to the right is going to be the main living area. Off to the left, there's an office. If we continue down this hallway right here, there is a closet and then a half bath next to that. Off to the right here, this large room is going to be a media/theater room. I'm really excited about this. We're gonna have like a barn theme throughout the whole house. So we have these beautiful barn doors that are gonna go here on tracks so you can move them out of the way. Hopefully we'll have some stadium style seating in here, a projector or some sort of big screen, maybe a popcorn machine, maybe some games. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Right now I'm standing just inside the media room, so off to the left is the hallway that goes out towards the front door. Off to the right is the kitchen area, but we are going to go straight towards the spare bedrooms. Down this hall, first door on the left is going to be an exercise room. The configuration that we settled on for the house did not allow for a window to go in this room, but not a big deal. We got a bunch of lights. We're going to put a bunch of mirrors in here, so it should turn out really nice. Fill it up with some good equipment. Continuing on down the hallway, to the left we have a linen closet. And both of the spare bedrooms are on this side of the house. One right there and one right there. There's actually a junction here, so you can go left or right. If you go right, there's a door that's going to go out to a patio at some point. And to the left, you have one of the spare bedrooms. Good size, lots of light. This window I actually ordered wrong, so I'm waiting on some replacements to go right here, but check out that awesome view. All right. To the left right here, there's a shared Jack and Jill bathroom and a closet. These two rooms are basically mirror images of each other. The only things that are different are the windows. We found a place that was going out of business, so we basically cleared them out of all of these really nice windows and just used what we had. But yeah, I love all of the natural light these provide. All right, I'm standing in the junction again between the spare bedrooms, so off to the left, once again, is the door that'll go out to the patio. Off to the right is that linen closet and the small hallway that leads to that spare bedroom I was just in. Over there is going to be the laundry room, so lots of good space, have one of those big windows, so that's going to be really nice. Now let's head back towards the main area. This big open space will seamlessly transition to the kitchen area. Should be a pretty good sized kitchen. There's going to be an island right here, angled, make it a real focal point. Right here is going to be a pantry. The dining room turned out fantastic. My in-laws had these big oak beams they decided not to use on their house, so they gave them to us. Instead of having to order laminated beams to provide support on this side of the house, we use these, which is going to provide just as much, if not more, support, and they are beautiful. There's tons of character. I can't wait to use that area. So let's get our bearings straight one more time before I head over to the master bedroom. I'm still standing between the kitchen and the dining area. The kitchen is off to my right. You have the pantry right there, exercise room, half bath, media room, and the front door. Down this hallway is the master bedroom. Probably my favorite room in the whole house, just because of how much light we are able to get in here. 4 big, beautiful windows and a set of French doors. This is going to end up coming out to a little private patio area as well. But there's also enough space in here to make like a little private sitting area. So like a mini couch, TV, electric fireplace. So that's going to be pretty sweet. There's a large master closet right there. And then to the left is the master bathroom. So shower right there. Tub will go over here somewhere. And there's a linen closet. Well, I hope that gives you guys somewhat of an idea of how we laid out the house. I'm very, very excited. It's hard to film a video like this because it's really something that you want to be able to look around and experience and see the space and whatnot, and all you can see is what I'm able to point the camera at, but I think hopefully it still turned out pretty good. But anyway, there's still some updates over at the shop that I want to cover real quick as far as upcoming content, so let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Along with the house, there's also a lot of stuff I needed to do here off camera just so I can start hopefully wrapping up the Jimmy series pretty soon, making way for upcoming project content, figuring out what the next steps are for the 240SX, and just getting organized. I'm really excited to start working on the 89 S10 extended cab. When the Jimmy is finished, this is basically going to be my substitute for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. The S10 crew cab is going to be coming back very soon. I've been ordering parts for, a few months now, just to make things a little bit easier when I kick off the next portion, which is going to be assembling the chassis. I'll talk about more when I show you guys the right side of the garage in just a moment. The 240SX, I've just been ordering parts and doing research, basically the same thing I've been doing all the time, but I have been making slow progress on the engine bay. Hopefully gonna knock that out in the next couple weeks. I'm tentatively planning on maybe seeing if we can get this put back together to the point where we can do the first test fire at the end of August, maybe. I don't like making promises, but I like to stay hopeful, I guess. But anyway, everything's very, very dirty, but I bought a CDOA for the 240 and all the adapter stuff that needed to go with it, so we have a pretty beefy transmission going in it. All of the parts, well, not all of the parts, just some of them, but yeah, it's just a mess. No sense rambling. The really exciting stuff is on the other side. So with the S10 crew cab, the goal is to do a V8 bagged Phantom dually mini truck. I have a set of 1-ton Chevy dually fender flares on my trailer out there that we're gonna graft onto the bed. They gotta be modified and whatnot. Got a custom rear end, gonna have to order wheels. It's going to be so cool, but my friend Joseph and I are going to build it in the right side of the garage. So the Chevelle was here, I replaced the starter, I'm keeping that at the house. Everything's cleaned up, getting all the S10 parts organized, and the frame is back here. Got all LED lights wired up. Let's see. The LQ9 is sitting over here. Rear end parts, brakes, shocks, suspension, all sorts of stuff. It's coming. Well, everyone, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I think there's probably something that I'm forgetting to talk about, but I am absolutely beat. I hope to be able to kick back up with regular content soon. I have the radio installation for the Jimmy coming up. I just have to finish editing it, so we're going to start diving into the sound system build on that. And once things start slowing down with the house a little bit, maybe, I'll try to start filming some other stuff and see if we can get some car reviews. I had to take a little bit of a break from that just because the house has been sucking all my time away. But if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so and make sure that notification bell is selected. There's a lot more content where that came from. And if you enjoyed the video, also don't forget to leave a like below. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.